Today is July 18th, July 17th, 2025. I did say July 18th because it's 2:49 a.m. I should have probably went to sleep, but again, a lot of homeworks. Have to balance the business out as well. I'm learning a lot of sales stuff, so we are very busy. And I know it's very unhealthy, especially at this young age, me sleeping this late, waking up very early. Um, I'm planning to change all of this very, very soon. But yeah, today again, not much happened. I was just working on my assignments the entire day. Did a lot of grinding on the business, so it's just a lot of stuff today. And one of the things that I want to start doing from now on is because my days, like, they're pretty repetitive, especially now that I'm in college. I'm not gonna talk about my day that much unless there's something very important, obviously. So I do want to talk about specifically to you, right? What it means for you. If you, the reason you're watching this, probably either you're my friend, either you actually want to improve your life, and I feel like I should give some tips maybe about that. And today I want to talk about accountability. I think I've talked about it in a few shorts, but I do want to re-emphasize accountability because that is the first step, that is the first action you need to take in order to become successful, because that changes your mindset in and itself. If you don't, if you can't take accountability, if you can't take accountability in your mindset, then don't even try to start a business. Don't even try to, get to that successful lifestyle because you're not gonna get there. That's what I wanted to talk about. Like this accountability thing in life. You gotta think of it like this way. From now on, everything that happens to you is your fault. And I don't mean your fault as in a bad way, but more as a consequence of your actions. So whether it is something that's good that happened to you, you got into a relationship, you made a bunch of money, whatever it is, that is your fault. But on the contrary, if you lost a lot of money, if someone broke up with you, if some dire situation happened to you, that is also your fault. It doesn't matter if it was directly or indirectly, at the end of the day, it is your fault. And that is how you start taking accountability. After you do analyze that it is your fault, the reason why you gotta like first say it's your fault is because it allows you to think, how is it my fault? Right? It allows your mind to clear up and find a reason, even if it's the smallest reason, that could be your fault that you could improve on. If you lost money, was it because you didn't learn enough knowledge? Was it because you played too risky? What was the reason behind you losing that money? You're not gonna blame it on the markets. You're not gonna blame it on someone who stole from you. If someone robbed you, why were you there in the first place? What precautions could you have taken in order for that money not to be robbed from you? Right? Because if you blame outside circumstances, yes, it's probably the person's fault for stealing from you. But if you blame them, the next time you're gonna get robbed in the same fashion, same way, you're not gonna learn from your mistakes. By taking accountable of your actions, by saying, okay, what did I do wrong? Right? Should I have protected my wallet a little bit better? Should I have perhaps not brought so much money on me? In the future, you'll take notes of these lessons and you probably won't get robbed as often. And that is the main point of taking accountability. Same thing in business, same thing in life. Because once you start taking accountability, then you start finding ways to improve on your mistakes. And that's so crucial in business because you fail so much, especially in door to door sales, especially when you're just doing a startup. You will fail 100 times before you succeed once. And so if you blame outside circumstances for every single failure, you will make that 100 failures to 1,000 failures before you ever succeed, even if you ever succeed. But by blaming yourself, by finding the things that you need to improve on every single time, that will enable you to get better and that will enable you to become successful in the future. And so that's why I want to talk about today, accountability. Start every single day just by taking accountable, even for the most little things. Just take accountable, and the rest is you find out what mistakes you made, you learn to improve. That's all you need to do. Nothing crazy. Just focus on step one, take accountable. Step two, figure out why you made that mistake. And three, what improvements you can make to improve. And trust me, after you do this, your life will change so significantly, people won't even recognize who you are.